Operation Winter Wren.
Oh well, even though I didn't find my target bird, I did add 5 birds to my big year list, so there's that. My daughter recently visited Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge and added a winter wren to her list, among other birds, so I thought it would be good to head there myself in search of the species, which I haven't seen in a couple of years or so. Additionally, since it's winter, I double-checked the sparrows on my list and I was surprised that I didn't have a fox sparrow yet, so that was a target bird as well. And even though I'm certain that I'd seen the golden crown kinglet on several occasions earlier this year, it wasn't on my list. I probably forgot, so I wanted to see it too. I arrived and immediately headed toward an area where the habitat was just right for winter wrens. I'd seen a spotted towhee a few days before, but I was hoping to add the eastern towhee as well. Down near a small creek, I heard fox sparrows. Then I saw a dozen or so. Yay! They were hanging out with white-throated and swamp sparrows. I couldn't get any good photos, so these are from previous outings. I also heard, then saw, golden crown kinglets, but couldn't get good photos of them either, so again, this is from a previous outing. Later, while walking through some great grassland habitat, I immediately located several field sparrows and vesper sparrows, 2 birds that I hadn't seen yet this year. So, I didn't find any winter wrens or eastern towhees, but the highlight of the visit was finding this hermit thrush, a bird I hadn't seen in a few years. The sighting brought my big year total to 235, but more importantly, I earned the bird's trust and observed it for quite some time. I got some pretty good photos, even though it was in the woods while overcast, so the ISO was cranked way up on the camera. However, I was far from my vehicle and didn't have my tripod, so here is some shaky handheld video footage. The hermit thrush often feeds along the forest floor by rummaging through leaf litter for insects, but also eats fruits and berries in winter. The National Audubon Society reports that, when startled from the ground in its wooded habitat, the hermit thrush often flies to a low perch and stares at the observer, flicking its wings nervously while slowly raising and lowering its tail. The individual I happened upon exhibited that exact behavior. The hermit thrush winters farther north than other brown-backed thrushes and is likely the only one to be seen in North America, north of Mexico, during the winter months. According to the National Audubon Society, the hermit thrush migrates north earlier in the spring and lingers later in the fall than others. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.
If I dunk this basketball, you subscribe.